What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about current news in Norway. Because as an American, I never get to see Norwegian news here in the United States from any of our news or media. So today, I'd like to take some time to learn about the current news and events happening in Norway right now, starting with another minister forced to resign. Another minister? This is like, how many times have I seen this headline over the past couple of months? Another minister resigning? Is Norway having like a problem or something? This is like the third time I've heard of a minister being fired or forced to resign in the Norwegian government, right? Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Store had to demand the resignation of yet another member of his government. What? So this happened with like two other ministers, right? One was doing insider stock trading, insider trading, or her husband was. Another was just like, I forget what they were doing, maybe misallocating budget or something. But this is another. After Health Minister Ingvild Kjerkol of his own Labour Party was formally accused of willfully cheating on her master's thesis 3 years ago. What? What is this? So, health minister accused of cheating on her master's thesis? So, she had like a master's degree and you have to do like a final thesis paper, like usually a research paper, and she cheated? And then later she became the health minister. She's the latest government minister to get into trouble and the most defiant. So she's in trouble. Is she trying to protest this? She's the most defiant. What does that mean? Man, I wonder how exactly she cheated on her master's thesis. Maybe plagiarism? I know that's a thing that happens sometimes. People get caught for plagiarism in their master's thesis. Oh my goodness, what else? Storr had to replace more than half the cabinet since his minority government assumed power in 2021. He's had to replace more than half the cabinet? What is going on? This is so strange. I mean, even though these are politicians, they're just human beings, and they make mistakes, and then they have to quit. They have to resign because they're told to. Some of the changes were tied to a renewal effort, but 8 of the replacements were sparked by conflicts of interest, inappropriate conduct, or plagiarism. It was plagiarism. What? So, oh my gosh, I thought it was just 3 ministers over the past few months. This has been happening since 2021. Over the last few years, there's been 8 that were having conflict of interest. Oh my god. Inappropriate conduct. And now plagiarism. Oh my goodness. Um, it's honestly kind of admirable because it does seem like Norway is doing a good job at cracking down on these ministers and these people in the Norwegian government and holding them accountable for these things, and they lose their job. So in that sense, I'm very proud of Norway. Like, that's really admirable. That's really great. Just the fact that this is a problem in the first place, that's concerning, though. I did not know it was this many, half of the cabinet. Her master's thesis within the healthcare sector was co-authored with a fellow student. It was found to have contained similarities to other published works. And Nord University examined her case. Wow. So she was accused of plagiarism. Wow, man, that's so like, what a silly thing to lose your job over. Like, just don't. If you're in a master's program, you're probably pretty smart. Like, just do the work. Don't copy other work. Don't plagiarize. Or give credit to whoever you took those sources from. Give credit. That's really unfortunate. Okay, let's keep going. Trains halted all over Norway. What? Why? Huh? What is happening? Trains halted all over Norway? All like everywhere? Why would trains everywhere, like the entire country? Train passengers faced delays nationwide Tuesday after all lines were brought to a halt in eastern, southern, and western Norway. What on earth could have caused all of the trains to stop in all the parts of Norway? I thought this was like a power outage, but all of Norway? Or it's just the trains. Officials initially blamed a signal error, then a major power failure, and it was all another example of how unreliable train travel in Norway can be. Is that true? Do Norwegians say this? I didn't know. Uh, Train travel is unreliable in Norway? Why? Is this happening all the time? Are the trains shutting down all the time? So it was a major power failure? How is it that all of the trains in Norway, in the east, the south, and the west, all are powered by the same power source? They can all go out all at once? That seems like scary. Shouldn't each train, shouldn't the train systems in different areas of Norway have different power generators, different power sources that are redundant so this can't happen? Just one power failure and all the trains in all of Norway stopped? That's a huge deal. That's a huge deal. It was a beautiful day for over most of the country. Oh my gosh. No storms or snow or ice or floods or landslides. But instead, the other most common reason occurred: signal fail, signal error, used for technical breakdowns. Started at 1:30 p.m. Locomotive engineers were ordered to stop right in their tracks. Some were told later to slowly drive to the next station. Passengers were left waiting at stations. Signal error. Does this happen a lot? Signal error? Um, they blamed a power failure tied to our signal system. It was a nationwide stop, but southern Norway hit hardest. When signal communications are out of order, all lines are shut down as a safety measure. Okay, that makes a little more sense to me. So it was really southern Norway that probably experienced the true power failure, signal error, but as a precaution, they shut down all of the trains in all of Norway. That would seriously disrupt like everything in Norway, right? This seems like a very, very big deal. Um, it's kinky and unfortunate all train traffic can be hit in this manner. We have worked hard to fix it. Oh man, the fact that this can happen at all is kind of scary. The error was corrected at 2:15, so like an hour later, the trains were running within 10 minutes. Wow. Huh. Yeah, I didn't hear about any of this. This is so fascinating to get to read about, because this seems like such a big deal, but you never hear about this stuff. Here in America, you never hear about the trains all over Norway stopping, another minister forced to resign from the government. This is big stuff this week. Let's keep going. Norway boosts aid to Moldova. What what is Moldova? uh, I feel a little embarrassed. I don't know what Moldova is. That's a country. Why does it need aid? Does it need help? Maybe I'm showing my American ignorance here, but that's okay. Foreign Minister Espen Barth Eide started this week not only with an announced visit to Ukraine, but also neighboring Moldova. Moldova is a country that borders Ukraine. Okay, I didn't know that. It's taken in 100,000 Ukrainian refugees. Wow. Since Russia attacked in 2022. Wow, that's awesome. So Moldova is really helping out Ukraine a lot, and it borders it. Okay, okay, this makes sense. Norway is boosting aid to Moldova and opening an embassy in Moldova to distribute the aid. Wow, this is just amazing. Every week, every single week, it seems like Norway is doing something to help Ukraine. And it's really nice. It's really inspiring to read about. Norway seems, man, steadfast in its dedication to offer aid to Ukraine, and now Moldova. And Moldova is helping Ukraine, so helping both of them. Wow. Traveled to Moldova Tuesday, Wednesday, after spending Monday in Ukraine. It's giving another 70 million NOK in humanitarian aid to Moldova, who is struggling with Ukrainian refugee influx. Got it. It was formerly part of Romania, then Soviet Union. Wow, I don't know anything about Moldova. This is very interesting to me. Okay. Fascinating. So, a partnership between Norway and Moldova. I learned something completely new about the world today. Moldova. Awesome. That is awesome. And also, we have Norway firm on support for Ukraine. This is another article about Norway support for Ukraine. Is there anything different here? Offering support for many years ahead, funding many sectors now, meeting crucial needs at a time where U.S. Congress and some other countries have been waffling. Waffling! Yeah. I think now that a lot of time has gone on, sadly, the United States' attention has shifted away from the Russia-Ukraine war, as sad as that is. I'm proud to say that the United States, we offered Ukraine a lot of support, a lot of money, a lot of resources for a long time now. But it is true. It does feel like our support for Ukraine has been waffling. Waffling. I like that term. It's not very funny, actually. Like, Ukraine obviously is in a horrible situation, and my heart goes out to Ukraine and its people. But I think America is really distracted now. Our attention has shifted more to Israel, Palestine, Gaza, that whole thing, actually. So yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of conflict happening in the world. There's no great answer to it. Ukraine has come under massive Russian attack in recent weeks. So what kind of support is Norway offering? Ukraine needs more ground-to-air defense systems, including Norway's NASAMS and U.S. Patriot systems. Norway has no Patriot systems to donate, but boosting production of NASAMS. What are these? And donating fighter jets. Wow, what is a NASAM? Maybe I can look this up. NASAMS, short to medium range ground-based air defense system. Okay, very technical. And Norway's also giving jets. And 745 million NOK in donation, in aid. That is unbelievable. Norway has been unbelievable in its help to Ukraine and Moldova now as well. That's really great to hear about, actually. Let's look at a couple more articles here. Here's one over the Norway's Wealth Fund posts 107 billion first quarter gain. Wow. So this is this is pretty darn amazing. Like, the Norwegian Wealth Fund is famous for being huge and a big reason that Norway is very, very wealthy. And Norway has done an amazing job at diversifying and investing in this fund. Norway literally made 107 billion US dollars just in this first quarter, just in the first 3 months of this year. Oh my God. Norway's sovereign wealth fund the world's largest, posted a gain of over 100 billion in the first quarter with the global stock market recovery. Its return of 6.3% in the first 3 months. Jeez. That is. I am a bit jealous of this fund because here in the United States, like America, we're in debt. We're in debt like 30 trillion US dollars. Whereas Norway, completely opposite, is making billions of dollars through its wealth fund. Literally the opposite. Much, much better. Oh, man. Yeah, I am very jealous of Norway's investing wherewithal. Wow, okay. And it's been a good first quarter for the stock market and economy in at least whatever Norway's invested in has been doing good. What else do we have here? Norway's crown prince visits Seattle to discuss sustainability. The crown prince visited America? Seattle. Washington? Seattle, Washington. What? When? What? Like not that long ago, like a few days ago? Or Norway's crown prince was here in America? I see. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I had absolutely no idea. No idea. Norway's crown prince visited Seattle on Wednesday, a few days ago, to talk about how Norway and Washington can collaborate on opportunities in green transition and decarbonization. Now, we're talking about the state called Washington, not Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States, where the White House is. Not that. We're talking about the state of Washington, which has the city, Seattle. That can be confusing. The Crown Prince of Norway was there. I still can't believe that. He was literally in America. And talking about green transition and decarbonization. Interesting how Norway is working with like one state, one U.S. state, Washington. I didn't even know states could reach out to other countries and stuff. Wow. At a conference at the National Nordic Museum in Ballard, Crown Prince Haakon met with representatives from the state, local tech companies, and the University of Washington. So they're just like spreading awareness of like renewable resources, going green, like electrical. Wow. And they met with a bunch of people in Seattle. As part of his American trip, the prince visited San Francisco, California, earlier this week, where he discussed cooperation on the shift to clean energy. Well, Norway would be the country to talk to about that, because Norway has done an incredible job transitioning its own economy and country and culture towards clean energy. I think there's the most electric vehicles in Norway, right? And like electric buses and stuff, right? Discussing the shift to clean energy, artificial intelligence, and the promotion of Norwegian technology and business with California leaders. Seattle has a history tied to Nordic nations, where immigrants from Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland moved to the United States. A lot of Scandinavians moved to Seattle, Washington? Really? Cool. That's why. So Seattle has ties to Norway a little bit. And Crown Prince also went to San Francisco, did he say? Yes, San Francisco, California. He's basically touring the United States to teach us about proper clean energy. That's fantastic. That's amazing. I had no idea about this, and this happened in the United States. Wow. Just one of the many reasons why I enjoy taking some time every week to learn about the news in Norway, and I really got a lot out of the news this week. This was fascinating, actually. A lot of stuff happening in Norway, and a little bit with the United States, which was cool to see. So I enjoyed this quite a bit. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of this Norwegian news or any news that I missed that probably should have been here, that'd be amazing to hear about as well. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway and Norwegian culture and learning things about Norway, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.